Namaste everyone. I am Charan Dasagrandi. Today we are going to discuss about very important aspects of nation development. So as a part of this, we are going to decode Swami Vivekananda's message for building our country, Bharat. Sri Swami Vivekananda is one of the greatest souls who conquered this entire world with power of wisdom. Swamiji is one of the greatest souls who understood the true Bharatiya wisdom in a detailed manner and delivered it to entire world in a very simpler form. His message is immortal and propagated the true concept of unity and peace, that is Vasudika kutambakam, to the entire world. People speak high of Alexander conquering the world, but his skills were zeroed after he came to India. Even Alexander was bowled by the spiritual power vibrating in this land to produce great souls, empowering the world with their wisdom. Our country has been doing very consistently since ages. This is the reason why Macaulay stated that the only way to conquer this land is by destroying the ancient education system, which is deeply rooted by their culture and traditions. We see the consequences of Macaulay plan as an attack that is more aimed at our education system. In the Parliament of World Religions, when Swami Vivekananda spoke about the concept of Bharatiya Dharma, entire world religions praised him and fell in love with our system, and few became even devotees of Swami Vivekananda. The irony is, we have few sections of people who feel ashamed of our culture and blame it in public, that too under the roof of parliament and law. It is like just doubting the character of one's mother. Here, I don't mean that we shouldn't question the setbacks in our society. We should question it, we should debate it, and we should constantly evolve. That should happen, but it shouldn't be a blame game that is happening very deliberately in order to destabilize the society. Here, one has to understand that Bharatiya culture doesn't refer to any particular religion. In Bharatiya Dharma, diversity is the theme of our culture, and it's high time for us to save our country in order to protect the core strength of our Dharma, that is diversity. My dear friends, let us awake, arise, stop not till the goal is reached. This is a mantra which Swami Vivekananda has said. This mantra has to be made the mantra of youth, and not only youth but every citizen of this country. Our country has gifted this world great people who have revolutionized in their respective fields in the past and the present, and in future also we continue to do it. So our country has been the only ray of hope to the world at times when it needs to fill the gap of wisdom even today, especially in terms of spirituality, in terms of philosophy, in terms of human relationships. So our country has been constantly contributing to the world. If you observe, even the freedom struggle of this country was driven by the words of Swami Vivekananda. He stood as an inspiration to different ideologies in the freedom struggle. You consider any name for that matter. So it's our responsibility to protect this land and its individuality. Bharatabhumi is always considered as a land of infiniteness, in finite hands. Our country has been always made its present as a meaningful life. And that is the reason why our country has been the source for serving the world in terms of spirituality. Here, one should understand that spirituality is not thought of as a process of going to temples and talking about the sacred books of religions. Instead, it is to be thought as a process of being within ourselves for service of nation and greater humanity. This great country has been engaged in transforming many souls to become great souls, and it's continuing its work relentlessly. But now this great national ship has got some holes where the waters of corruption, indignity, greed have started to seep into this national ship. In this situation, how far it is correct to blame our country instead of taking care of it, which has contributed much to this world in the past, which we shouldn't forget it. Is it not our responsibility to take care of it, as its work has been the foundation for all that we are enjoying now and in the future as well? So this scenario is like leaving parents to their fate in their ripe old age, who has struggled to bring us into this good position. So do you think, is it not our responsibility to take care of them? Yes, so is our country. Yes, we understand we have a hell lot of problems which has to be addressed at any cost, but we cannot run away from the problems. Rather, we should start working in the direction to fix the problems. So it's easy to keep blaming the problems, but are we deriving some solutions to solve this is what we should be thinking of. Now let us understand how Swami Vivekananda's message can help us troubleshoot current problem and build our nation. To build a nation, Swami Vivekananda stated that young people with nerves of steel, muscles of iron and minds like thunderbolt are required. But he never wanted the nerves of alcohol, minds driven by drugs. Swamiji has always emphasized and wanted education to build great character, not the graduates with lost character. Building a nation requires strong character, as our nation in the past and present is known for its character, which is formed by culture and tradition. That is why Swami Vivekananda said that end of education is character. But today we see cultural corruption on a high note. This is not merely a political or an individual agenda. All these years in our country, to some extent, all religions coexisted and practiced their faith with great humbleness and respect. These induced interferences are the actions of the result of destabilizing our country by the external perverted forces. These induced interferences are the actions of some external perverted forces who are trying to destabilize our country. So these are the followers of Macaulay to keep a statement in execution which says cultural colonization is the only way to occupy complete country. So to break the very backbone of our country, that is culture, now it is in action. The process is completely institutionalized and well developed. These perverted cultural hacks evolved as a serious security breach, and these are the biggest national security threat which we have to consider. It's time to face this issue with not only with bravery, but along with bravery we need a strong character. That strong character should be the driving force of this particular struggle in order to get our country out of these problems. Diversity is our strength, and it should be our weapon to face these sort of situations. And it is to be recalled that country is not just a land, it is an envelope of people and land. So let us take the responsibility onto our shoulders and clear the holes which occurred in this great national ship. To get this great dream come true, every citizen has to become a soldier with great character and take part in wiping out all the bad in the society and in ourselves as well. This is the only way to make our motherland the complete Ananda Bhumi and head towards the higher concept of Vasudika kutambakam. Thank you and Jai Hind.